Hi everyone, this is Jean and Maya and Piper, and I just want to check in and see how everyone's doing during these interesting times that we're having. And I know it's been challenging for a lot of people with the different emotions going on, such as sadness and grief and money stress, and also happiness and contentment and hope. And I just want to make this little video to maybe help you document these times and emotions during this lockdown. And one way you can do this, since we're under such isolation for the next few weeks, is maybe taking selfies. And I thought that maybe I could teach you ways to have better lighting and some words on composition, and a little bit on posing and using your environment to its fullest advantage. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So let's go. Now you would think you just turn on the lights and you'd have a good light source, but that's not the case. As you can see from this overhead light in our kitchen, this is not a good light source. It reflects off my forehead, creates terrible shadows in my eyes and terrible highlights. So let's go and look at our environment for a better light source outside. Another way to use your environment well is to go into your front or backyard and see what kind of pretty bushes and trees you have. Like for example, I have this Japanese maple plant. Now you can use this bush to nestle inside of it and create a pretty frame for your face. For example, I'm going to go down and take a little piece of it underneath just to make some sort of dimension to the picture. So I'm going to set myself inside of it and try and frame my face with it. And watch the background so I can get the tree in the background too, and make a little bit of a dimension. Another image you can make is to show reflections for this time when you're reflecting on life in the lockdown. One way to do this is this window right here is a good example. And it's tricky. You have to try out different windows and different doors to see what works. There usually has to be a darker background and a nice setting behind. So this is how I use this one. I looked through this window and went up and down until I found a good reflection. And I have the tree behind me. It's just a little tricky. You have to experiment. And here we go. Then I looked off in the distance to be reflecting on something. Okay, next I'm going to show you a lighting tip in my studio. So I'm just going to use this handy dandy white card. On the other side it's pure white. So this is without a card. You can see there's some shadows in my face. And this is when you light it up. And according to my videographer, she can tell me if it's working or not. So she says, yes, it's working. And by the way, this is my videographer is Molly Kercheval. She's my 23-year-old daughter, and she does a great job. So this is before, and this is after with the card. So that's one thing you can do, or you can use a white sheet if someone's willing to hold it up for you, or a big piece of white paper would work also. So that's one tip. And another thing that you can do is use the rules of composition, and I'll show you on my phone what I mean. The grid where there's 4 points, you cut the screen in thirds vertically and horizontally, and where those points meet, here, 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 and here, those are the points of interest where you want to put your subject. So instead of being directly in the center, you can put your selfies just off to the sides, or put your subject off to these points. Okay, next I'm going to talk just a little bit about posing. One of the biggest posing tips I have is called the turtle, and that's where you lean forward just a touch and you bring your face closer to the camera by sticking your neck out a little bit and bringing your forehead towards the camera, your chin down just a touch, and that lengthens your neck a little bit, and it just makes you look a little bit better. So try that in your selfies. Just remember turtle, and bring your camera angle up a bit, and if you can remember to keep in those compositional areas, remember all that while you're taking your selfies. And a good idea also is to incorporate movement. So if you can remember to move, turtle, angle, and just have fun with it. Take a lot of pictures. So I'll show you, for example, you can use your hair to hide your parts of your face or look out in the distance. Do something like that. Show frustration. Use your shoulders. Go back and forth on your hips. Use movement. Put your hands on your hips. That gives you a little bit of something to do with your arms. And it gives you triangles if you're a little bit further away. Go again and again. So if you take pictures after picture after picture, look up at your camera too, at the lens, so it looks straight at yourself. So remember, turtle, go up. So just have fun, take lots of selfies, and take them with your dogs, take them by yourself, and have a window nearby and a reflector, and just have fun with it. So that's our video for today, and I'd love to see some of your selfies. So please post them below with any other comments or questions you might have. Thanks for watching.